Welcome, my lovely Virgos, and welcome to your season. This is the seasonal cross reading. It is the equivalent of my monthly reading. Of course, we're coming into the energy of the new moon in Virgo, which would put Sun, Moon, Venus all in Virgo. The Hermit card, they're your card, your energy. So this is the reading that I will be putting out this week for the new moon in Virgo. And we're going to focus, do a little bit of energy on everyone, see where we are, and just see how to move forward out into this Virgo season, your season. So first we're going to start with the Sun. And the Sun in Virgo is represented by the 8 of Pentacles that I have here. This is all about a work in progress. It is the purpose is to correct of the Virgo and Sun, and it is necessities over ego. Remember, the Sun is coming out of that dark night of the soul. It is the outward self revitalized, refreshed, growing again. You've faced fears, failed fears, and on top of that, this is the happiness card, the freedom from the adult worldly anxieties, where you should be shining, and especially with a focus on your works in progress. Then we're going to go on to the moon, because the Sun is the escape from the darkness of the moon, the dark night of the soul. This is the new moon in Virgo, August 30th. This is the problem-solving new moon in Virgo. But moons are all about what lies beneath. It is the water card. These shellfish on the card are all about the ridiculous armor, easily pierced, that we put on, because the important thing is what lies beneath, and it really is not that hard to get to. It's also imagination, illusions versus spirit. It is senses over, rather than logic, but it is that inner knowing. And then we have here the Venus card, the Empress, the nurturing Empress. So this will represent our love portion of the reading. Venus is the planet of love and warmth. It's creativity and abundance with the Empress card, sensuality and security. She knows what she rules, and she is secure in her authority. This Venus in Virgo is all about, how can I develop my creativity, abundance, and love, all intertwined, because yes, it is all intertwined. And of course, Virgo, this is your card, the Hermit card, the card of the season. It is a need for privacy, for silence and discretion, to break with convention. It's an opportunity to get away, and during this Virgo season, it's usually tedious work that just needs to be done, required. And remember, this light is at the end of his staff. That is the self-supporting staff, the self-light, you, the inner knowing, following your own light. All right, so we're going to start the reading in a moment. Remember, this is a general reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, House positions. It will still not apply to all, but do hang around, because the messages will not all connect, and they all have all across the board. This is just where you are, my lovely Virgos. We're going to put you at the center of the reading here. All right. Me being the Queen of Clovers, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our will for the highest good and calling. All right. Let's check out where your light needs to shine in the Sun, my Virgos. Where is your happiness? Where is that freedom from responsibility? Not freedom from responsibility, freedom from the anxieties of responsibility. Oh, that's correcting your words to the positive, to the proper way of speaking. All right. Ooh, too many cards, my Virgo. Do you have a lot to say? One more says the team. All right. Oof. This is how I always tell people, this is how you know I don't do tricks with the cards, because I can barely shuffle. I can read the cards so well, but I don't practice. I've given up on practicing shuffling because I'm not good at it. I have tiny hands, and frankly, I like the honesty of it. I like flyers. I like the energy. When you bring the energy, I have the Knight of Coins in reverse. This is you not moving forward on a financial venture. Knight of Cups in reverse for this Sun card, because you're needing to heal right now. You've just put down quite a few burdens. They're more lighting your way than anything. Your burdens are lighting your way. That's a tough. You're recovering from something right now, so you don't really have a lot of sun. I also have the King of Coins in reverse, the the Two of Cups, the connection card, and the Queen of Coins in reverse. Okay, this is a true pair, and there's no love here. There's an attempt at love. There's a hope for love here. This is definitely the Empress side of things. Portion of the reading. This is, yeah, there's something about love that is just not happening here. We're going to get some clarifiers. Let me go ahead and pull some cards for the moon, and then we'll come back around with some clarity for the Sun, Moon, and Venus. A few cards. I like to get the flyers. As I said, my Virgos, yeah, you've definitely lost a lot of patience. And it's not like you want love right now. It's like you know what you want, but it's not outside of yourself. The Moon card, clarifying, the Moon card is telling you about the Moon card, secrets, vulnerabilities, illusions. Okay, and then another card here, the 9 of Pentacles, self-made man or woman, the individual card, the person who is very self-sufficient in every way. I'm going to pull some Cartomancy clarifiers for the Sun now. All right, let's get back to this card. So I have this Knight of Coins in reverse. That is you not moving forward because you are probably healing an injury. It could even be a spiritual injury. There's been a major disruption in your life that's disrupted all your flow. And you have to heal that out right now. And it's just absolutely burdensome. I can feel like the disability check just not covering things. And you really have to get creative, which is really hard to do when you're in pain and sick. But you have to do it. It's that energy of, I have to just get by a little bit longer. Ugh. And it might just be, it could even be as small as the flu, I'm hearing. And it's just like the summer flu just got you down and you just have no light right now. And you're just kind of, oh, this was good. This was like a hermit energy for you. This was you took, because you're injured, where you have some kind of damage or you have to heal something or correct something to get your life kind of back in order. It's like, it could even be like a flood in your like living room alone and the insurance is like working on it and everything. But things are getting back to normal. And as they're getting back to normal, the time you had to spend being kind of shaken up from your flow, your Sagittarius, this is a Sagittarius card, but the Sagittarius card is the Temperance card, and it is, it's all about that, that balance, that flow, that happy, peaceful moment, and you just haven't had a moment of it, but it's flipped your life so far upside down that the moment everything gets back to normal and you lay down in your bed during this Virgo season, you're going to be like, I could do a lot more than I realized. This is almost like you've been living from a place of victimhood and injury for too long. You're nursing an injury that's like 30 years old that you rehabbed like 4 times already. It's almost like get over it. People are tired of hearing about your knee, damn it, kind of thing, Virgo. It's kind of that kind of sense, is that you're realizing you're not as victim or as down or as lost as you are in this lack of flow. It was like a blessing in disguise is what I'm hearing. It like opened up a lot of thought on just possibilities for you, Virgo. You're feeling possible, especially in your happy home. Something about you going quiet and realizing your options made your happy home. There is an easier way to live is what I hear, and it gives you the 10 of Cups. This is so chill. This is that chill energy of, I just wanted to be happy, so I decided to be happy and bring peace to my home. You know, it's like that period of time in my life when I disallowed screaming in my home. It was very difficult, but it happened. You might have an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in your midst with this King of Fire, but this is building your kingdom. This is your energy. You built your kingdom, and you were literally laid up in bed, and you changed your kingdom, and you built it up in such a way that you are just cruising streets, man. You're just very happy. This is the energy of just flipping the switch, just flipping the penny and looking at the other side and realizing that despite injury, despite, there's something about it that you just missed. I mean, it's like when you lose your hand and you cry about it for a little bit, and then everybody says, and then you just kind of, the people who get over it, just get over it. You just go, oh, I can still feed myself cereal with my one hand, or I can still do this, and you start getting onto that track. And it's kind of that kind of mental energy coming through. For this love reading, I do have a true pair here. It could be you and another earth sign. It could just be you being very selfish and not nurturing yourself. I have the King of Coins in reverse, the Queen of Coins in reverse, and the Lovers upright in between, though. I mean, is love lost? Is it just a little low because you're noticing a little injury? It could be a spiritual injury, a victim kind of injury. It's a very victim kind, like, why me kind of energy. Yeah, there's a bit of arguing, a little fighting, a little bit swordsy here in love. Definitely a little bit swordsy here in love, which makes a lot of sense. It's over money. It's over a completion. It's like, you know, when you get a lot and suddenly you have something to fight over. It was easier to split that $5 cup of coffee across that $5 can of coffee across a month than to decide what kind of Jaguar each one of you is going to get. I mean, it's that kind of energy. Like, you have an opportunity, you have a little money coming in, and it's just driving you two nuts. Okay, you guys are going to pick a Jack of Fire. This is a good energy to bring together as a couple, or as energy of a team. This could be a teammate. It doesn't necessarily, it's a true pair though, but you guys are still in the reverse. But you guys are going to pick a target. You guys are going to come to an understanding, and you're going to pick a target, and you're just going to go for it. It's like it's like, do we buy a new car, or do we go on vacation? Or do we buy a lesser car and go on vacation, a lesser vacation? It's that kind of energy. It's good energy. Okay, there's some kind of thing about college money and being a good parent that's coming through. For any of you who are thinking you have children, or even pondering about children, you guys are kind of like thinking in a parental way. And in a good way, like a college fund. It's, you guys are compromising. You guys, and I do feel this swordsy energy. I thought it was like harsh language. No, it's not as harsh language as it appears. You guys aren't very nice to each other, I'm not going to lie, but in this argument. However, the things you're cutting away, you're just living a little smaller. I think I did say that. Oh my God, you guys are going to live a little smaller. In your sun reading, I mentioned it, that you're going to just cut down a few things, because you realize you don't have to live that big, fancy Jaguar kind of life to be happy. And maybe you guys could have a little more rest, a little more vacation, a little like luxury with that 10 of diamonds as well. It's kind of this, it's more of a financial compromise than a love compromise, and it's looking to the future. This definitely has parental energy. Somebody's thinking of like their babies or having babies. But it's not thinking of having the babies. It's kind of that dad sense of thinking about babies, like a dude thinking about it. This could be a water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But it's them thinking like, if we have a baby, what am I going to have to do? If I become a dad, what am I going to have to do? Am I going to have to spend all my money on the baby? You know, and it's coming to like the realistic realities of, especially with this new moon energy pressing on Venus as well. It's coming to the realities of parenthood, that a lot of it has to do with downsizing your panic, even just to like, oh my God, are they going to use 1 million diapers a week? No, not 1 million, but the first month is a lot, but it goes down. So it's that kind of like, okay, calm down, dude. So, it has that kind of energy, and it does come out a little sweeter once you guys get to the core of that. Alright, so for your moon energy, this is what's hidden, and a lot of things are hidden because I got double secrets here. I have the moon in the intention card for the reading under here, and then I have the moon here as the card I pulled specifically for you for Virgo season, Virgo. Whew, the moon, secrets, vulnerabilities, illusions. I feel like you just think that This is, again, that illusion that you are less than, that you are incapable in some way. There's some kind of, it's just a basic thought pattern. It's just changing your idea, looking from the other side for just a moment. And you realize this, like, dissatisfaction with the current moment is, you don't even want love. You're so miserable. It's like, it's like definitely dark night of the soul moment. And just, you really believe that you are less than, that you can't do as much as you used to. And this is, everybody feels this every time they age up, 21 to 30 to 40 to 50, apparently. There are limitations with aging in every way. I mean, even when you turn 18, it just means you can be charged as an adult now. But it's still that sense of, I can't because I'm this age, but you're kind of like getting over that. Now, it might not be age. It might be, like I said, an injury, or it might be just basic how you organize your house. Like you had something flipped upside down in your house, and then when you had to reorganize and clean it up, you've come to this new understanding that you are much more capable than you ever thought with this 9 of Pentacles. She is emitting such radiant joy and abundance that this bird just comes and hangs out with her. Like a Disney princess. Alright. I'm going to get some clarifiers for this moon energy, my loves, my Virgos. And then I'm going to pull some advice from Spirit for these. Dude, you guys are like, I did feel that pump in energy because you guys are, don't overwork yourself. Still take it slow if you're coming, because I've come out of surgery like this before, where one day I woke up and I felt like I could run a marathon. And if you've ever had hernia surgery, you know that you can't run a marathon for probably 2 years afterwards. Every time you breathe, you gasp in pain. Seriously. You just can't even wiggle your toes without using your guts. Now I know what the sit-ups are for. You know what? I gotta pull these back because I lost track of them. Sorry. And I was talking about sit-ups. I need to know what solution. This is the solution here. I feel like this is the solution. But this new moon in Virgo is problem-solving energy. What problems? What solution do we have? What problem solved? What solution do we have for my lovely Virgos? Work and money. You feel like you don't have enough. Yeah, I think that's an illusion. Like I said, based on your sun, you definitely have resources available to you. What is the solution to coming out of this lack feeling? Put down your burdens. Give up the feeling that you're a victim. Give up the feeling that you've been beaten to death and left on the road to die. It's time to move on to the Ace of Clovers, to put down those burdens and just move on. They just cause you trouble anyway. Yeah, this is you facing your burdens, but it is in the reverse. And with the moon card, it tells me you're in denial of what's really holding you back. What's really holding you down and stopping your finances, not your good looks. Oh, the Virgos have impeccable looks. All right, you're making a play for, and it's not going to work, for a sugar daddy or a mama. That's what this card tells me. These two cards together, the Jack of Hearts is a love attempt. Of course, it is in reverse, so it's not really going to work at a Queen of Diamonds or a money bags kind of person. And you're going to try and gold dig it, maybe. I don't know. But there's something here about approaching love and money together. It's really taking the love out of it with the Jack of Hearts in reverse. Yeah, it's getting married to pay the rent. I talk about that a lot. This is, you think you have to have this, but remember the illusion that you had in the beginning of this reading was you thought you could not be the Queen of Pentacles, but you can be the Queen of Pentacles by yourself. I mean, the 9 of Pentacles. You can be this self-made man or woman by yourself, but you don't believe that. That's actually the illusion here. This is you attempt at getting love to pay the rent, and it's burdensome. You injured something, your hair fell out or something, Virgo, because right now you're very appearance focused. Appearance might have a factor in why this injury, or why you felt you had no life flow anymore, is that you don't have your good looks or your fancy smile to winky wink and get an answer or get something done right now. All right, advice from spirits. Wild reading, Virgo. Virgos be wild. They're so, oh, Virgos, you are so, like, I want to say demure, dapper, you know, you're like so clean and clean cut and just lively. Alright, advice from spirit. Ooh, you gotta stop fighting for this 10 of Pence. Remember when I talked about in the love reading, you were fighting over 10 of Pence. These exact same cards came out, so your Venus is very important. Your Venus in Virgo right now. And it's how can I develop my creativity, abundance, and love. And you are fighting over this 10 of Pence. I feel like it is something that you guys worked really hard for. Money came in. It was earmarked for something, and maybe more came in. Or maybe you paid off more bills than you thought you would by now, and you just have access to some kind of resource. And you guys just cannot get along to how to use it. And you just need to come to an understanding. That's a very important conversation. It's a fight that could last a month. I mean, and if the fight lasts too long, the money's just going to wheedle away on nonsense. And then you won't have a big chunk of money. You'll basically have $100 less because, you know, somebody pulled 50 here, somebody pulled 20 here, somebody had to get new golf clubs, somebody needed to get their hair did. Stuff like that is going to just draw that out of you entirely, and then you guys are going to end up with nothing. And you're going to be very disappointed. All right, so I do have the Ace of Swords in reverse. This is something that you're not paying attention to. Some kind of energy of information that you're just not acknowledging. And it's probably around this 10 of Pence. And like I said, it's a fight that can last a month. Ooh, 2 of Wands, indecision. You have the World card. You are going to come to a decision, and it's going to bring a Tower moment. I think that if this is somebody you work with in finance or in budgeting of some kind, especially budgeting, you think there's a lack where there's not, and there is a way to work it out in some kind of compromise, but you're not seeing it. It's just too difficult for you to see. You're kind of stuck. 8 of Cups is not leaving something that's not working. It's kind of stuck in the old ways. Just because those cups are full doesn't mean they're full of anything good. People talk about them possibly even containing poison. Why else would you just walk away from 8 cups that are supposed to be cups of love? And I also have the 6 of Cups in reverse. Again, this is a lack of love and walking away over money. Tower is a sudden realization. It's a shaking of your foundation. I did talk about the possibility of some kind of household damage that's coming your way. I mean, that's very specific, but you're still going to have a Tower moment. And it's really going to put you in a place of you got to make a decision. And whatever decision you make, it's going to trap you a little bit in a loveless situation. And I think it has a lot to do with, again, trying to get that rent paid with love. It's not going to work. You're going to be so fucking miserable. So miserable, Virgo. And I know, Virgo, I hear a lot of Virgos, I can't believe I hear this, saying, I've done it before. It's worked before. If it's worked before, it didn't last. So, I don't want to judge you, but I know the heartbreak. I see this, you're walking towards the heartbreak. It's a bad decision. Even no decision is a bad decision right now. But you seriously feel undermined financially by somebody in your love life, and you really think just switching to a new partner is going to work when this partner, there's love here in this partner, there's hope here, there's fatherly energy here, loving kingdom energy here in your love life, and you're trying to walk away from it. Don't give it up. Be careful. It's very painful road ahead. I feel like you guys just don't see how strong you are. You just don't see it. you're not even a bad person. I'm totally not even feeling that. I just feel you're really just like, I don't know what to do. Very Pride and Prejudice, you know, Sense and Sensibility, Gothic. All right, thank you, my Virgos. You do have a path ahead. Just put down your swords. Just stop fighting. Stop fighting. Stop fighting. Give up something. It'll be totally worth it. All right, thank you for sharing your energy with me. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, tip or donate if the spirit moves you. Oh, my camera moved. And then, of course, look at below in the information box below for information on personal readings. Restructured that pricing and availability. Lots of availability. I can do a lot more readings than I planned on. And just had to figure that out by starting my first week. All right. And have a great Virgo season, Virgo. It's all yours. And remember, Virgo is all about bringing about the harvest, so get to that work. All right. Have a good one, my loves.